After months of devastating war in Gaza, Donald Trump has proposed a controversial plan that could completely reshape Gaza's future. According to this plan, Gaza would no longer be governed by Hamas and not even directly by Israel, but by a new international structure led by what is called the Board of Peace. Supporters say this could bring stability and reconstruction, while critics warn it could undermine Palestinian sovereignty and even challenge the authority of global institutions like the United Nations. So, what exactly is Trump's Gaza's peace plan? Who will govern Gaza under this system? And why is it creating such global controversy? Back in September 2025, following the Gaza war, Donald Trump proposed a comprehensive 20-point peace plan aimed at ending the conflict and rebuilding Gaza. The core objective of this plan is to establish a permanent ceasefire, ensure the release of hostages, and begin large-scale reconstruction of Gaza's destroyed infrastructure. One of the most important elements of this plan is the removal of Hamas from governance. Under this proposal, Hamas would no longer control Gaza politically or administratively. Instead, Gaza would be governed by a new three-layer structure. At the ground level, Gaza would be managed by a Palestinian technocratic committee. This committee consists of approximately 15 Palestinian professionals, including engineers, economists, and administrators. Their role would be to manage Gaza's daily affairs, restore public services, and oversee reconstruction on the ground. Above this committee would be the Gaza Executive Board. This body would coordinate reconstruction, economic planning, and administrative implementation. According to reports, this executive board could include prominent international figures such as former UK Prime Minister Tony Blair and Trump's former advisor Jared Kushner. At the top of this entire structure would be the Board of Peace, the most powerful supervisory authority in the plan. This board would be chaired by Donald Trump himself and would oversee the entire transition process, coordinate international funding, and supervise Gaza's governance and reconstruction. In simple terms, the hierarchy would function like this. At the bottom, the Palestinian Technocratic Committee would govern Gaza on the ground. Above them, the Gaza Executive Board would coordinate and implement policies. And at the very top, the Board of Peace would supervise the entire system and ensure the plan's execution. So, the key question is this plan actually being implemented or is it still just a proposal? Well, in September 2025, Trump officially announced a peace plan, and shortly afterward, a ceasefire framework was established in Gaza. However, the ceasefire remains fragile as Israel continues its blatant violation of the truce. Over 600 Palestinians have been killed since the ceasefire took place in October. One major development is that the Palestinian Technocratic Committee has been formed. It will be led by Ali Shah, a Palestinian administrator.
The United Nations Security Council formally adopted my peace plan and officially endorsed the Board of Peace.
Trump has also confirmed the creation of the Board of Peace, although its full structure and operational authority remain unclear yet. The board is set to have its first meeting on February 19 in Washington, D.C. The meeting will discuss post-war reconstruction of Gaza, including infrastructure, humanitarian recovery, and governance arrangements, and the establishment of the board's structure and operational framework as well. Out of over 60 invitations, only 27 countries so far have joined the board as full members. The members include the Muslim countries from the Middle East, including Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, and other Muslim countries such as Pakistan and Indonesia. Countries which declined the invitation mainly include European countries such as France, Germany, UK, and Russia as well. However, some analysts believe that the creation of the Board of Peace raises serious concerns about global governance and international law. Traditionally, international peacekeeping and governance transitions are handled by the United Nations, but in this case, a separate US-led body has been created outside the UN framework. Some experts argue that bypassing the United Nations in such a critical global conflict could weaken the UN's authority and set a precedent for parallel international power structures. This has made the Board of Peace one of the most controversial elements of the entire plan.
You want your Board of Peace to replace the UN?
Well, it might.
However, still, several major obstacles remain. Hamas has not fully agreed to disarm, and Israeli military withdrawal from Gaza is still incomplete. These unresolved issues continue to delay the full implementation of the governance transition and reconstruction process. As a result, while the plan has officially entered its early implementation phase, its final outcome remains uncertain.